Well, that was unexpected. The wind, I mean, I go to this place because that's where we had the most animals on the game cam. And there's just heaps, and I know that on a wet morning like today, the goats go up the hill quite early, so that's why I was here quite early. But we've been here dozens of times, and we've only really managed to shoot animals maybe 2 or 3 times because the wind is just horrible. It swings and swirls, and it was the same this morning. And basically they're coming from up the hill on one side of the spur, and I'm coming from up the hill from the other side of the spur, but the wind's just going up and down, back and forth. And I thought, there's no way. The wind turned, and I smelled the goats, so I thought, oh, the goats are probably in the guts, but they won't be there long, because sure enough, the wind turned around again and went down their way. So I thought I'd probably spook them, but I thought I'll give it another 10 minutes. And so I gave it another 10 minutes and nothing turned up. And as I'm going up the spur and I start to hit the thick stuff, I see 2 goats in front of me. So I thought I was a bit surprised because I thought they were behind me. I never thought they'd be in front of me, because how would they have gotten there? Anyways, I managed to shoot these 2. And as you saw in the other footage, just as I turned around to take my backpack off, the rest of the mob was behind me. So I really, really don't understand what happened. I never thought I'd shoot anything here today. And now the wind's calmed down, but obviously the goats have now gone into the real thick stuff, so I'm not going after them. I was going to carry on up the spur and do a bit of a loop, but I think I'll head back down, hang the meat in a tree a bit closer to the car, and then carry on. Now that I've got meat, I might go and explore a new area. Well, I found one. I had to finish her off. Well, here's the other one. That was actually the first one I shot, and it was a much cleaner shot. We haven't had goat liver for ages. Yum. Shot through the heart, and I'm to blame. I guess there's no crossing the stream today. Well, I've achieved my goal for today, which was to come and have a look at this face. Because it's north facing, and it's open, and it screams goat. But it doesn't scream human. It is so steep. I struggled even to find like this spot to sit down, and I'm not really sitting, I'm more like squatting. So I'm gonna have lunch and watch the other face that's quite open. But if you can hear the side stream below me, that won't be crossed either. So unfortunately I have to come back the way I came, which is also not very nice. Like wet, slippery, scree, vines. No wonder goats breed through here, because yeah, people just can't get here. It's not fun. That wasn't planned. It was kind of cool. I saw a goat ways above the track, from the track, and I know the area, and I know that there's an easy way to get up here, so I boosted up the hill, hoping to catch them going uphill, and I ended up coming closer than I thought. I got some really cool footage of him at like 3 meters or something, but I couldn't shoot him because I was still kind of close to the track, and he was a little bit below me, and there's people down there, so I didn't want to freak anybody out. So I just sat there and waited, and then I eventually spooked him, as you see on the video. So I listened, and I heard some noise above me, and I saw a little bit of movement, so I boosted it up another sort of 20 meters, and then they were walking past. There was 2 of them. They were walking through a gap, and the first one walked through, and then I shot the second one. And because actually I think he accelerated as he was going through the gap, because it went a bit far back, so again, not ideal. I had to do a second shot after getting a little bit closer. But there you go. I'm buggered. I've been up since 4:30. It's now 2 o'clock. And actually it's more like 3:30 because it was daylight saving time change last night. And just because you get back to the car doesn't mean your day's over. Because you've got to wash all that gear because I'm filthy. And now I've got 4 goats worth of meat to clean and put in the fridge. Because as dry as you might, especially when it's wet, it's really hard to stay clean doing the butchery. So as soon as I get home I have to take all this stuff off the meat to make sure it doesn't spoil. I need sugar.